because it's been way too long since we've all have gotten together. And I'm super excited because obviously this is exactly 2 weeks until we fly out to Summit. And so as crazy as that is, I first and foremost, I can't believe it's here. But I'm so excited. And the reason why I'm so excited is because July has already felt so great. So I want to start it off with what has been working so amazing for your team this month. Where are you guys at as far as what are you committed to, and what is it that you're going to be striving for before Summit? You have 2 weeks until we get to see each other and love on each other. But can you guys please let me know what's just going on with your team? What excitement is happening? Ready, set, go. I'm excited, so I hope you're excited. Ashley, Emma, I'm going to have you start because you're unmuted, and so I get a pick on you.
Okay, so my team is actually doing fantastic. I'm absolutely blown away by the coaches who've come out of the woodwork to really push. I've been talking a lot about being an elite team. I don't know if you can see this, all these Post-it notes on my wall. That's my team. And I recently created, I have a big team page, but I recently created a personally sponsored group for only those coaches that are my group. And I've gone live in the group pretty often to talk about this wall. This is called my wall, and just really get the commitment for them where they're at, where they want to be on my wall as far as rank and what they are willing to push for. And I've had a lot of coaches, step up and say, I'm going to be a diamond coach by September. They really are putting themselves out there. And I'm trying to talk about how it's not just for me, but it's for our team. So I think I have some really great people engaged. I do have some people who are like, yeah, I'm totally going to be a diamond by September. And I just don't think their actions kind of follow along. So I'm kind of having to have some tough love with a few people, because I'm like, wait, you said your goal was diamond by September, but you haven't hit Success Club in a couple months. So let's align our actions with our goals. But that part's working well. I have big goals for myself, and I feel like my team is charging along with me.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. And it is an opportunity for you to have those honest conversations, which are really great because you can either get them to get back engaged into it, or they truly don't want it, and you can bless and release them and even have that conversation about that. So thank you so much for sharing, girlfriend. I love it.
I will say, so all my red coaches on there are my inactive coaches, and I reached out to all of them and, just saying, hey, where you at? How can I help? And some of them are like, I'm struggling with my fitness. I'm struggling this. I'm trying to get them back in. And some people are just like, they don't respond. I'm like, do you still want your coach account? Because I'd rather have them cancel than stay inactive for 6-7 months. Because I don't want them paying fees that they're not even using. So having those honest conversations like, girl, you've been inactive since November. Like let's either plug you back in or you should just let go.
Love it. Get a yes or a no. Those maybes are going to keep you right where you're at. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay, who wants to go next?
I'll share mine real quick before my husband gets on the phone real quick. So our team, we have this group we created about a month ago. What we did, there's 4 of us leaders on the team, and we pulled those personally sponsored coaches that are truly working the business, from our team group. And we created kind of a pseudo training group / challenge group with them. So there's 4 of us that are leading it. We have assigned days, and every day we post about one of the vital behaviors, and it's already mapped out through the end of the year. So today was my day to post, and I had to share about personal development. So every day, we're not getting them activities like assignments to do every day, because that's just, another, we don't want to repeat a training group. We're just reminding them every day of the different vital behaviors, and we're sharing it in different ways. So if we're talking one day about being a product of the product, that particular day might be about transformation stories or something like that. So it also gives them ideas of what they can post and they can share on their page. So last week, one of the coaches shared a video, and I'll share it in our group. If you guys haven't seen it, Summer Tucker did a video for her team, and she is fired up. And it's all about the missing piece. And the missing piece is that lack of vision. And I was laughing. I was crying. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is it. Like, why do people want to get on my train if I don't even know where I'm going? That's one of her statements. So we had a huge shift on our team, and we're all about vision. We're talking about our goals, and because a couple people were already starting to think the year was over. Here it's halfway through the year, and they're like, oh, well, maybe next year. It's like, next year, we got 6 months left. So we've been really talking about vision and where we want to go as a team. And just in this last 5 days since we've shared that video, we've seen the team already just come together, and we're having them do vision boards in the middle of the year and all that stuff. So that's been a huge change for us, is just reopening up that vision of what we want for the team, not just for ourselves, but for the greater of everybody else.
Love it, Daphne. Thank you for sharing it. Yes, if you have not seen Summer Talkers, please do post it. Holy cow. Mary just, she's like, remember that? I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. Like, it was so impactful, so powerful, and it will give you an opportunity to take it to your team. Like, it will fire you up, and you'll want to be able to share it with your team. So thank you, Daphne. I love that you have put all of those things into process, and you can really see who is going to be working. Love, love, love that. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. So I'm super excited because I have like 20 coaches from my team that are coming to Summit. And this is like the most coaches I've ever had. I mean, last year there was 4 of us there. And so we set a team goal to have 40, but I mean, 20 is huge for just having, 4 coaches there. And we started off the year really, really strong. And then I've had several of them that had a rough couple months, like May and April. And so I'm hoping, this will be my 4th Summit. There's no way that you can go to Summit and not leave there fired up. Like if that happens, then I feel like you probably shouldn't be a coach, because there's nothing like Summit. So I think with having them all there and just really getting that team bonding just is going to literally light the fire to end the year strong and, just go out hard. So we're super excited, and, we got a huge house that we're all staying together. So it's just going to really be that team bonding. And I even have some discount coaches coming, which was crazy to me that they're like, I kind of want to go. I'm like, great. Like, come on. Like, there's nothing like Summit. So I'm hoping just being there in that atmosphere and getting to be around everyone will just kind of, light that light bulb.
That's awesome, Monica. Good for you. And 20 is a huge number. That's that's a big number with all the coaches that I work with. That's a high number. So congratulations. I'm excited for you and your team. Especially your discount coaches that want to be part of it. They'll see the bigger vision, and either they'll decide that they want to get their products paid for by helping people, or they'll jump all in, which is amazing. So congrats. Yay. Okay, who wants to go next? And you know me, I'll start calling names like Ashley C. Hey, girl.
Okay, I might have been multitasking, sorry. Such great points, you guys. Thank you. I think what's going the best for our team, and particularly our group message threads, so like just compiling certain team leaders that maybe need that little push into a group message thread, and just kind of taking away the anxiety that comes from group messages when there's like 87 notifications. We literally have this one group with our entire upline that we're also in a Diamond Dash group with a couple other leaders that aren't on our team. And there's, over 100 messages a day and funny gifts, and like, just, it's hilarious. And the camaraderie that's happened and the team building that's happened from this group, we've already popped 1 diamond in the last 4 weeks, which is one of my coaches. And it's just changed the vibe, which we kind of started having some issues in our group with drama, which we've never had before. So it kind of just forced us to bond together in this group thread. So between group threads and we've actually formed a new group, Shelly and I did, that's called the Elite Gems. And we pulled top leaders together that like aren't getting enough from like the Diamond Dash group that needed more, including Shelly and I. We just wanted to be pushed as well. And so we've all bonded together and really are pushing it. So it's like we created a top tier group that we hadn't had before. So that was kind of really special, and it felt good. And then the last thing probably that's working the best is the group thread on the page or in a message. It's just in a private message. Like, it's just its own little private message thing that just keeps going day after day. And we have like a win the day thing that's part of the Diamond Dash training that we're doing. And then everyone's like, we won the day. And it's like really exciting. We celebrate so much success in there and all that. And then I would say the last thing would be probably the Diamond Dash group. Pulling together with other leaders and conspiring, where pretty much what we did is we got together with, there's 4 of us or 5 of us, maybe, I think, from all over the network. And we created like a calendar, and then we each do a live topic each day with a win the day. And so I could actually show you what the win the day looks like, or I could post it. Which would you rather?
Either one. Completely up to you, my dear.
All right, let me grab it.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, let me get a screen share really quick. Wrong button. Okay, so here we are. Okay. So this is like what the win the day looks like for the June 29th. And they have to do all of these things. So like in the very beginning, it started out really easy. Like we went easy on them the first 4 weeks, and like maybe half of these were here. But of course, these are all women and men who have said like, I want to be diamond by a certain date, you know? So it's not a discount coach or a hobby coach. They're definitely like in it to win it. And then the person who's speaking for the day decides on a couple extra action steps. So it was my day. And so I was talking about long-term and short-term goals and asked them to break it down with the action steps and share them. And then write them on paper. So this is now something that's become like a daily for our team in general, for the pushers in the team. So it's just been this like, I mean, really exciting thing to win the day. Everybody wants to win the day. No one wants to be the person that's not winning the day. So, I mean, you could simplify this and not have it be, you know, so intense, but what's happening, the compound effect from this particular thing, and I'll share this one and some other examples in the group, but it's just that, I mean, I don't know, I'm really competitive. So if I get to win something, and there are some prizes we're doing, and of course there is a cash pot that's less than $5,000 to keep with compliance. But, you know, it's just giving that thing to try to win, and it's really creating an atmosphere that's really fun, and lots is coming from it. So that's what we've been doing.
That is awesome. I love it, love it, love it. Because if you can go to bed at night and say, did I win the day? And you can say yes, you will feel a sense of accomplishment. So I love that you're doing that. The first thing I saw on there, be interested, not interesting. Yeah. Love that. So very cool. Yes, please do share. And then I'll post it within the other group since we do share this with the 2 and 3 stars. So that's awesome. Who wants to go next? Anybody else want to share? I just pick on my players that I talk to all the time that I know have something going on. I know you all have something going on, but I don't want to pull you out of it if you don't want to speak. So is there anybody else that wants to share?
I'll share.
Yeah, please do.
So one of the things that we've been focusing on our team is not just working with your PS coaches, but working with all runners in your downline. And so I've noticed that some of the biggest runners like in my downline their upline coach isn't necessarily building as fast as they are. And so I'm making sure to team up with those people and set up one-on-one calls with them, because in both cases, so 2 girls I'm specifically thinking of, one of them's already at Success Club 10, was a week ago, like first 4 days into the month. And then they were both in Success Club first week of the month, and neither of their upline coaches hit Success Club last month and aren't even pushing for it this month. And so I want them to have somebody to partner with who's actually walking the walk and can, you know, kind of talk to what their goals are. And so that's one thing that I've really been focusing on. And I know my upline coach, Keisha, does a lot. She meets with anybody in the downline who's running and touches base with them, because especially like you don't want to force it, you know, keep meeting with a coach and beating a dead horse if they're not really like in it. Sorry, I was just distracted by that. But so I don't want to keep meeting with my PS coaches and trying to get them to run if there's other people in the downline who are ready to run and are going for that. And so one of the things that I'm trying to get together is it's really loud, so I'll just stop.
You're fine. Elizabeth, will you mute yourself, sweetheart? Liz, thanks, girl. Okay, now it should be good. But Tara, no, I love that. Love that. Because, and I understand it is very difficult when you don't have coaches that are working their business, but they have rock stars underneath it. And you do want to definitely give them love, and it may re-engage them to get started again, or, you know, and see the bigger vision of it. So I'm very proud of you for doing so. That obviously helps with your ATV, but it really builds a great, you know, longevity with your team. So love it. Thank you, Tara, for sharing. And Ashley C., you wanted to share something. Oh, can I share again?
That was me.
Oh, Ashley M. Sorry, girl.
I know other people might want to share again, but I wanted to say I have really stepped up the recognition in my team page, and I'd love to share what I've been doing. And I actually watched it on a team call, like in my upline. Like, so I don't even know what coach was doing it, but 3 days a week I have different posts. So Tuesday I shout out weekly team builders, people who have added coaches to their team in the last week. I share that in our team page and also on my social media and tag them, because I think new coaches who are adding coaches to the business, if they get tagged and recognize that they're adding to their team, I think it gives them some credibility to their following that, hey, this person's a new coach and they're adding people. So I do that every week. I'm sure I'm annoying my personal following, but I figure it just shows my following that I'm also building momentum of adding. Our coaches are really growing. So every Tuesday I do a weekly team builders. Every Wednesday I do an invisible victories post where I shout out everybody in the team. I usually pick 5 to 6 people who are doing small things that grow that big momentum for your business. So it might be like overcoming a hater or sharing that first transformation post or doing those small things, because sometimes it feels like people are always recognized. There's always the same coaches adding coaches. There's always the same coaches hitting Success Club. So I wanted a way to recognize the new coaches who were just getting started or coaches who were getting re-engaged. So every Wednesday I do that, and I can share screenshots if you want. And then every Thursday, of course, I do a Success Club thing. And then in my personally sponsored group, I have been doing a weekly Team Cycle Bonus shout out for coaches who are earning Team Cycle Bonus. I take all of my matching bonus and add up how much Team Cycle Bonus we earned as a group so that other people who aren't Emeralds and above are seeing the potential that you can earn income from Team Cycle Bonus. So I can take screenshots. I have templates, because I don't have a VA. I have template images of like the stuff, and then I just plug in everybody's photo and just kind of
so cool.
I think people want to be, I want to be recognized, and I know my coaches want to be recognized too. So that really, I think, gains the momentum for my team. They love seeing everybody else doing new stuff, and I think they want to be recognized.
Absolutely, and it makes it tangible. It makes it real life, like what's actually happening within your team. So I love that. Thanks again for sharing. So cool. Okay, we have time for maybe 1 or 2 more. Who else would like to share? And I have to say, Robin, you and your daughter's profiles are exactly the same. Like, you can tell that is your daughter with her glasses and her hair. I mean, I keep on looking at her in the background. Oh, now that she's looking at me, she's like, what? Is there anybody else that would like to share? So many great things happening. Yeah. Did you want to share?
Yes. Okay, so my name is Adia, and I'm new.
Hi, Adia.
Hi. Well, I want to share what we're doing. I can't say it's 100% successful yet, but it kind of sounds a lot like what some of the other coaches have said in terms of just, not just running with the willing, but also just making an opportunity for other people who may not have the upline support or the team support that they need. And so a couple gals on my team and I, and my success partner, who's from another team, we created kind of a new coach internship. So not super new, but, for us it was new. And we basically took a self-paced action plan that we had come up with that included all the training from the Coach Online office. It was just kind of formatted a little bit differently, and we added things to make it really personal to our team. So one thing that makes it really personal is we have what's called pep talks. And every few steps in this action plan, they get a pep talk from me or one of the coaches. And that pep talk, we basically just speak to what they might be feeling at that moment. We're like, we know how you feel, you might be hearing crickets right now, just know that people are watching as you're, so that kind of thing. So we've got a number of pep talks. We've got kind of there's like 3 parts of this action plan. And the idea is that it's supposed to kind of get you ready for an Emerald group or a Sprint to Diamond group or something like that. It's supposed to kind of get you ready for that. So the whole self-paced thing didn't seem to be working so well with some of the coaches because they just felt, still just overwhelming, which is understandable. So we took it one step further and we created a new coach internship. And basically we took the action plan, we broke it up into days, we spread it out across 22 days, and I'm thinking we might double that next time because people are still overwhelmed, which is understandable. But what we did is we set it up so that each day, if they could put in 30 minutes to an hour a day into their business, with this group, they will have done everything that they need to do in a day. And if it's okay, I'll actually share my screen and maybe pull it up if anyone wants to see it.
Please do.
Okay, let me see. Let me get it up here. So I'll just show you like what today looks like. And so what I did though is I posted it in a couple different pages that I'm a part of with just coaches helping coaches. And I had like this crazy response. Everyone wants to do it. Everyone wants to see what it's about. So we opened it up. We just allowed people to do it. So, all right, let's see if I can share my screen now. I'm not so great at this. Okay, can you see new coach internship here? Okay, so I've got this pin post, but here's an example of from today. This is day 6, and this is kind of the format that we use. So again, it's meant to be, and I explained this in a video we have like 2 pre-videos, like pre-start videos, that, you know, if you can do just this, you will have done everything you need to do for the day. So you can really feel like you don't need to do more. So we start with a quote. Actually, we start with a morning kind of pep talk. So that's my success partner, Missy. And she's just basically saying, good morning, you know, take it at your own pace, and, you know, we believe in you, and just something encouraging. And we keep them really short. As you can see, it was 1 minute. Then, so that we've got an inspirational quote, and there's, you know, there were like check boxes and stuff when we like set it up, but it didn't really turn out that way. But you can see right here, we've got about 5 different sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections of the training. First is an encouragement, which is the video that they watched. And there's an inspiration. So here's just a 4-minute video from Amy Silverman. It was probably from a Super Saturday. And then it goes into vital behavior. So the idea is to start with the personal development so that you can feel a little bit more at ease going into the vital behaviors. Add 3 people, connect with 3 people, and share a picture of you with an inspirational quote. And then I gave a couple tips. You know, just take a lot of pictures of yourself as you go so you have something to share. And you can share the same pictures, because a lot of people try to, you know, come up with brand new content for everything. It's like you can share the same pictures between groups. And then there's an official like training. And I liked this training on voice messaging. I think it was by Coach Caleb. And so I even went so far to put the times of the video so you can kind of know what to expect. You could do it sitting down, or you could do it in your car, but oh, hey. And then call to action. So a lot of times the call to action will have to do with the training. Send 3 voice messages, and then check-in. And that's check-in to their team page and their challenge groups. So I tried to build the check-ins into this power hour so that, again, once you do it, you feel like you've done everything you need to do. Now, this is taking into account that they probably did their workout and already had their shake, but this is like when you sit down to do your power hour. And then I just want to show you one more quick thing. In this group, we made available the action plan so that they could get started. And then I explained you can use these action plans, you know, as self-paced or to personalize. And then I also created a like a admin doc so that anyone who is a brand new, you know, or not a brand new, but anyone who wanted to take this format to their team could. So I kind of wish I had that right here too. Oh, here it is. Let me just show you one more thing here. So this was the checklist I created so that people were able to print it out if they wanted to go the checklist route. So it has every day and what was the assignment for that day, and come over here. So day 2. So you can kind of see better the different sections. So encouragement, vital behaviors, training, call to action, and check-in. And so it's new. You know, we're just kind of starting it. And so far, of course, the feedback is, this is overwhelming. But the reality is that the coaches who are actually in it to do it, who are my new coaches, are so brand new that, I mean, I think there's just no other way to be but overwhelmed. I think that's just how we all start. You're just all overwhelmed.
That's amazing. And like you said, Adia, that the ones that want to do it will step up and they will do it. Yeah. And so I love it. Thank you so much for sharing, and welcome to the group. Yay, we love having you here. Thank you so much for sharing, ladies. I really appreciate it. Yay. You're already getting love, Adia. Okay, cool. So with that being said, there's just a couple last things that we want to go over, Mary and I. Just because, and now I actually started thinking about it, next Monday is our last Monday before Summit, and we were not in the office on the 25th. So next Monday will be one last call, and then we're going to go to Summit, and then we'll come back all fired up and excited to enjoy this journey along with you guys through the end of the year. But with that being said, there's a couple things that I want to go over real quick. How many of you listened to the National Wake Up Call this morning? Okay, if you haven't had a chance, please, please, please do it. First and foremost, Barbie Club is amazing. She's by far one of my most favorite coaches, and I can say that because I travel with her quite a bit when we have any SAGI events. Obviously, she comes with her husband, but just a true inspiration. And I just want to share a couple things before I get into the actual call of it, but we had the Houston Core event, where SAGI came out and we did this entire thing and donated it to that actual food bank. Everything about it was just absolutely incredible, but we were able to walk around the food bank beforehand. And Barbie, you could see when we were walking through the actual immediate pantry, she started getting teared up. And I started talking to her. I'm like, what's going on, girlfriend? And she's like, you know what? This makes me realize what this is all about. She's like, I haven't felt poverty like this since I was young. And it was just, I mean, she's just a true person, and I just loved what she went over today. So like I said, if you haven't had a chance to watch it, please do share it with your team, take the points. But who wants to share what their biggest takeaway from today's call was? Please don't be scared. We won't bite you. And it will just get awkwardly quiet if you don't share.
Okay, I'll share.
Thank you. Go ahead, Adia.
You know what? When Barbie said that, just kind of being able to look in hindsight, and how she was like, when I look over the last 9 years and what are the trends that I see in terms of coaches staying or going. And she's like, I've seen a lot of coaches come in and out of the business. And the biggest thing was, their unwillingness to change is what drove a lot of people away. And also just the mentality that like quitting was an option. And I mean, I know that quitting is not an option. I would say that like 98%. I mean, if I'm honest, like there's times where I'm like, but I want to be able to stand where she stands and say that one day, that I stuck with it and quitting wasn't an option. And I want to be able to I want to do that. And there's a lot of times, especially in my early coaching, I really thought about calling it quits, and I didn't have support in my upline. And I didn't have the support I needed, I felt like, from my team. And I just felt like I was, just running this race alone, and I couldn't see, when it would be successful. So, but I want to look back and say, unfortunately I've seen coaches come and go, but, I've seen people decide to stay and, to embrace change and move with change. And so, yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you so much. Yes. Liz, go girlfriend.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I follow Barbie all the time, and I feel like I just relate a lot to her story too, as, poverty wise and everything. And so listening, to her, I always get teared up because, she is real authentic, and her sharing that, that we have to embrace change. I think every part of her journey, even as we start as challengers, and now into coaches and leaders, and us also having to change in order to lead a team, and then seeing that we needed to change in order to see it. It's just, I had the team share like their takeaways, and, I had them share live videos, and they were crying in the group because they have, and I say my team have a hard time of embracing change because they're not sure where it's going to take them. They want to do this. And unfortunately, I've seen some people not want to as well, say that there's, they're not going to embrace it and they're not going to change. They don't want to post. They don't want to share their story. And obviously that makes them, they can't relate to other people. And it's just, it was great. It was great to see that, because even last week, I hosted a team call, and it was on vision. Obviously, I let them know, we have to let our vision guide our vision drive our business, not the other way around. And in order for that to happen, you have to change. And so this call, it was like they were all over it. And I'm glad, because a lot of times they don't get on a call. And this was just like, they were on it, and they're sharing that they need to go back and evaluate why they're not willing to change. And it all goes back to personal development. You got to just embrace it. And so it was a great call. I'm going to listen to it again and again, and just, embrace it myself as well, because I think we all need to be going through that. Setting high standards, for ourselves, and that way our team, leads also. And it was great. So I just wanted to share that. The team really embraced the call, and, even though they sometimes seem like they don't want to change, I know they do, but it's us keeping, you know, them on top of those 4 vital behaviors, and personal development, obviously one of the biggest ones too, because, you know, we just gotta grow. We gotta grow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. And I just want to share her 4 points with you. So if you were driving, whatever you were doing, or maybe you haven't had a chance to listen to the call, but truly, I mean, some of these national wake-up calls, I mean, I would honestly say all of them are absolutely incredible. This one was just so incredible because just like Adia said, you know, there's many moments, and I know you all have had this, where you self-doubt, is this worth it? And we've had these conversations, I think, with every single one of you that I know truly deeply well. And, you know, she talked about longevity within her business. She could literally sit back and eat bonbons, right? She's even said that. But she doesn't, because she's doing this for the greater good of others. So there was 4 key points that she didn't share. First and foremost, embrace change. And that's her first one. Embrace change. It's going to change. And everybody's so caught up on the Facebook algorithms and everything else. And now we see a video saying that that's going to change for the better for us. But you know what, guys? Figure out what works for you and run with it. And if things change within the business, it's okay. Embrace it. Number 2 is self-evaluation. You must create action, but you must also see where you are at. You have to be developing yourself. You have to, obviously, and I love how she said, we encourage you to do the 4 vitals. We do. We encourage. It's not like, okay, you have to do it. Because if you make somebody do something, just like a challenger or a coach, they're not going to really do it, right? They're going to go full force and fail at it, and then blame you because they weren't fully engaged. So make sure that you encourage the 4 vitals, but the way to encourage it is by doing it yourself and sharing. You know, Liz talked about personal development. When was the last time you did personal development and shared it with your team? That's why we do it. It's not just to soak it in, it's then to share with our team. Okay. Number 3, be authentic. Shanna, I love the kitty cat in your face. But be authentic, okay? And that's what it comes down to. Run your own race. Do you. Don't be anybody else but yourself. And if you feel like Tulin's like, amen, sister, love it, praise it. But you have to be authentically you. And if you're being anybody but yourself, everybody will know. So don't do it, okay? You'll hit a lull in your business if you're not being yourself. As soon as you find that sweet spot of sharing your vision, your struggles, that is when you'll actually find your true success. And number 4, she says, maintaining high standards. She has gone 74 months of hitting Success Club. Make it a non-negotiable. Like, it is a non-negotiable. You are going to do it 100%. And it is setting a standard for your business. And I love how she said this. She says, don't satisfy with the minimum. Keep raising the bar. You need to feel the fulfillment. And every time that you hit Success Club 10, go for Success Club 12, because you need to then raise the bar within your business. Yes, Ashley M. I love it. I have new coaches on my team in the downline that just copy and paste leader posts. Oh my gosh. And I will tell you, even if you do that, I have plenty of coaches that have actually done that to other coaches, and then compliance gets into line with it. It's ridiculous. So don't do that. Don't do it. Run your own race with that. But, you know, like I said, maintain high standards with your business. So what does that mean to you? Write out the standards of your business. Okay. What is it that you're going after every single month? And really, you know, that's her 4 points. I absolutely loved it, but take it to your team. What can they do to really build longevity within their business? We all hear it. Stay with this business for 1 year, and then let's reevaluate what your goals are. But in the meantime, you cannot quit within a year, because you will not taste enough success, and you won't have enough nuggets underneath your belt, all of those things to really self-evaluate if this is for you. Is this business for you? Absolutely. Can it be for not many people? Yeah. I mean, you really have to give a lot of yourself. But I promise you, the journey and what comes of it is beyond worth it. Mary and I see it every single day, okay? And we always say, it's so funny, Doug and I joke, we're like, one day we'll drive the car that my coaches drive. Really, guys, you guys are so beyond successful. It's amazing. So with that being said, I'm going to have Mary close out with our last little tidbit. She has about 2 minutes ready to go.
Okay, guys, awesome call today. I love hearing all of your stories and all of your successes. It's amazing. So I just wanted to touch on Team Cup really fast. We're coming up on that, and it's super, super exciting. It's my first Team Cup, so I'm really excited to see how this goes. So Team Cup is just a way to get your lower ranking coaches, emeralds, rubies, really into the business and really focusing on those 4 vital behaviors. So you get teams of 5. It can't be 3, it can't be 6. It's got to be 5 people. So you can have your at least a diamond coach or higher, 1 on each team. And then you fill it up with all of your lower coaches. And we want them hitting Success Club 5 and the 4 vital behaviors. We want to get back to basics, really helping people and really building this business. And we want those coaches to see that. That's how they're going to build their business, is doing these 4 vital behaviors and getting these points. And this is just a great incentive to get prizes every month and possibly earn a trip with your team. It's just going to be a great way to get your team involved with each other and really form those good relationships with each other and then with everyone else that we want to help. So make sure you start thinking about that. The pre-registration does open on the 18th. So you guys watch out for that. So you can do that. It's all over the internet. All over Facebook. So make sure you take a look at that. If you have any questions, just let us know. But yeah, for sure, start thinking about that. Team Cup.
Perfect. Mary, you're awesome. Love it, love it. Can you see you were a team? We're doing these calls together now. So the last thing being said is, if any of you are going through any emotions, just know, don't go through them alone. Reach out to Mary and I. We are here for you. You have 2 weeks until we see each other at Summit. Yes, love, love, love. But I want to make sure that you guys have a great vision of what this is all about. And I say that because you have plenty of time to make it be a great year. Just like, I'm trying to think of who shared that Daphne